Buck nasty with you, man. Here's 5 simple drills that could turn them 25-yard gains into touchdowns.
Say I'm the GOAT. I still look in the mirror like go hard.
Yeah, Harold, it's a physical Tuesday for you guys today. Today, what we're going to learn, we're going to go into 5 simple drills that could turn them 25-yard gains into touchdowns. I know what you're thinking. How can a drill turn me into getting these short gains into touchdowns? Well, I'm going to give you the drills first, then I'll explain them. The drills we're going to focus on are a walk to a sprint, a lean to a sprint, a push up to a sprint, wall runs, and a depth jump into a sprint. Now with the first drill, walking into a sprint, this is a little bit different, and you might have seen it before, you might not have, but this allows you to build that quick twitch muscle fiber that turns from off to on very quickly, because that is really sports at the end of the day. If you pay attention to any sports, how quickly can you turn these muscles on and off to get the best performance that you could get? That's what we want to focus on. That's why we're walking into a sprint. So first we'll take 2 steps, then go into a full sprint. We'll sprint for about 5 to 10 yards. The next drill we're going to get into is wall runs. Now wall runs, I know you've seen them before. You're leaned up against a wall and you're high kneeing towards the wall. You're on an angle. Now what we want to focus on here is to make sure that we're at a real deal 45, not even a full 45. I say like a 40 to 35 degree angle. You don't want to be slouched on the wall and have your butt up. That's terrible posture. That's not how the speed is going to go. So you want to be on an angle, and this is really, really important because you want to build that posture of how you're going to be running and how you're going to be getting the acceleration into the sprint. Next drill is a push up to sprint. Now push up to sprint, this helps you with full speed because it allows you to really drive and go forward. A lot of times people when they're focused on speed, they're focusing on long speed. And in football, you want to focus on the acceleration and being able to drive to get out of there. And a push up to a sprint really does that. You're pushing yourself up off the ground, and your first couple steps better be strong and able to drive, because if they're not able to drive, you'll find yourself just jogging, and that's not the drill. You want to be into a full sprint, and this helps you here. And as you see, you want to make sure you're getting that knee up and really driving forward. The next drill is a lean to a sprint. All my track runners have done this before. This is where you are literally leaning to the point you can't lean no more. You're driving that knee up and you're able to get up out of there. This is very important because just like the push up to sprint helps build the acceleration, helps build you really drive and get into another gear and to go into another direction. Now, when you're leaning, you want to make sure you're not halfway leaning. You don't want to lean and then barely get down and then try to run. You want to lean and literally get low to the point that you might feel like you're going to fall on your face. Catch yourself with your knee, drive that knee up, and drive yourself forward. And the last drill is a depth jump to a sprint. This is a little bit different. You might not have seen this before, but literally here we are going to jump off of a surface, land, and get into a sprint. This is very important because this helps us absorb force and drive into another direction. This is really going to help us drive into another direction, build that acceleration once again, because that's important in football. You want to build the acceleration so you're able to get up out of that jam. Speed, you're rarely going to run 40 yards straight by yourself. So you want to make sure you're able to accelerate, get into another direction very, very quickly. And that's what the depth jump does. Depth jump to a run does exactly. Peace.
Check this video out on the screen if you want to be mean on that green, or real on that field, or extort on that court. The No Baller Left Behind Act supports this video. You feel me?